Hey guys, and welcome back to the next part in the series of maximizing your population in your capital city. Today we're going to talk about hotspots. It's not really the first one that you need to do, but probably 3 or 4 down the line. We've already looked at the placement of the manors, your parks, your landmarks, and today we're going to look at hotspots because they do cover 4 of the specializations with education, transportation, entertainment, and gambling. And they do offer just a little bit of flexibility when it comes to placement. Now, in order to get your hotspots started, you do need to start working on your regions. And I've chosen to open up 4 different regions just because I can do that without needing 10 million in population in my regions to open up all 5. But within these 4 regions, I can also go through here and accumulate all of the 2x2 specializations I will need for my hotspots. As you guys can see, if you go over to the specializations, you can take a look at the ones that I do have available, but we do want to focus only on the 2x2s. For transportation, that's going to be taxi and a bicycle rental. And as you guys can see, the different regions that you will need for those. Once you have come to each one of your regions, you do need to have certain population requirements in order to open up the different levels of the hotspots. Now, why are hotspots important? Mostly because you can use a 2x2 square to go through and reach maximum potential for all of your specializations. Once these have reached a level 10, and we'll go back to the capital city here and take a look at a couple of them that I have made it to a level 10 with. It's level 9, 7, 8. Where is, there we go. With the taxi being fully upgraded, as you can see, I get an 80% boost in my population just from one 2x2 square. The area covers a 26 by 26, which is pretty large. And I can get away with only doing 2 of them in each one of my little quadrants by my manors to reach 100% population. Now, you may be asking yourself, why would I want to do 2 hotspots rather than just doing something else in transportation to reach 100%? It's mainly because of the 26 by 26 square that you're going to be able to gain from just one of those. So you could go ahead and skip out on doing the second one in there and just go with the heliport. But the problem is, as you can see, the size of the coverage, you're going to probably need 5 or 6 of these heliports in order to cover what just this one taxi transportation hotspot is going to get me. So I have planned to put 2 in each quadrant with my manors to get 100% coverage. And as you guys can see, I'm already at 119,000 in population boost from just one 10 by 10 unit. There is still room for growth there, as I haven't finished the beach in this area. I also haven't finished making all these epics, so that will continue to grow. And that's why it's important to focus on 2 of the hotspots. Now, if you don't want to go maximum population, but you want to get really close, by all means, just put 1 in each of these quadrants by your manors, and then just fill them in periodically with other 2x2s from those specific specializations. And the reason I say there is some flexibility is, obviously I placed my first one down there, and that'll give me maximum coverage to the outside, but I can go up here and I can really shift around some of these other 10 by 10s. Really, when it comes to the second one, the first one needs to be there, but you can shift these around just a little bit if you don't like where the placement is, because when you do your next group to the right, you can obviously cover what you missed out on. And now, kind of sounds confusing, but what I'm getting at is when you start to add in all of your mayor passes, sometimes those need to be in some places where you actually have your hotspots at. So you can still move your hotspots just because of the size, but you want to make sure that your overlap is still giving you 100% coverage in those areas. Now, the tricky part is yes, in addition to needing to increase your population in your regions in order to reach the different levels, you also need to go to your export HQs and really do a whole bunch of these in order to earn your regional simoleons so that you can purchase each of those level upgrades. And that will take some time. In addition to needing to build out some of your regions just to reach the population boosts required, and if I come over here to this picture, and I'll place this link in the information, but you can see the requirements for each of the upgrades. For transportation, I need at least 440,000 in the region that is responsible for that specific hotspot in order to open up level 10. Now, some of these you can see gambling, which I do need over there in Frosty. I need to have 1 million people in gambling or in the Frosty region in order to open up a level 10 gambling. Now, there are some workarounds when it comes to doing this. Obviously, as you can see, I'm kind of around 800,000 now. If I wanted to open up all the way to 1 million, what I would probably do is get rid of all of my mountain, go over to my capital city, and pick up all of my other mountains that have higher boosts, and I would fill in the entire row, in addition to bringing over some of those hotspots and just replacing this level 6 with a level 10, replacing this level 9 with a level 10, and just continuing to do that. I could also bring over my Ultimate Mayor parks, add them here to my region so I can hit 1 million in my region to open up that level 10 if I needed to do so. So it's kind of like tricking the system a little bit. However, it does pay off in the long run. But that's kind of how we need to cover all of the specializations to get those 2x2s. Because as you can see from an education 2x2, from a hotspot, you're not going to get a 2x2 from any of these other educations. So in order to maximize the space available, you want to keep it as small as possible, and that's why the 2x2 is important. And the only 2x2 that you're going to get from education is going to be from a hotspot, and I've primarily used the Research Institute to do so. So just again, to recap, for these hotspots, in order to maximize the coverage, to keep as much space open on your map as possible, but also get the highest population boost, you're going to need to take these hotspots and maximize them all the way up to level 10. Now, I kind of recommend maybe only upgrading them to level 5 or 6 and then just collecting all of those simoleons from the regions through your HQ export and save them till Black Friday, because then you can get these upgrades at half cost. Because as you can see, just to upgrade this to a level 10, I'm going to need 54,600. If I wait until Black Friday, I'm only going to need half of that. So there is a good reason to kind of just build to a certain point and then just wait and maximize what you can do over Black Friday. And you'll do that again all the way across your board, and that will cover your specializations for education, transportation, entertainment, and gambling. So appreciate you guys listening to the way to go through and maximize your population. Continue to take a look at all of the other videos and all the other specializations that I've done. Give me a like, give me a follow, and I will chat with you guys again soon.